Yeah, so doing good and doing good while you're doing good allows you to do more good. I remember I was working for an ad agency. I was living in New York, and I must have been like 24 at the time. And the money was absolutely insane at the time. But the problem was I was marketing music that had a negative message, and the demographic that I was marketing the music to were kids. So despite all the money I was making at an early age, I would come home from work every single night, and I would look in the mirror and I would say to myself, there's no way that I'm on earth to make a lot of money while poisoning the minds of kids. I just couldn't live with myself. So what I decided to do is I decided to move back to South Florida and start a charity for kids. And during that time, I had such a resentment towards money because throughout my life, I learned that money was the root of greed and evil, and my previous experience in the music industry just illustrated more of that. But while I was working for the children, working with the children with the program, I needed money. I couldn't reach these kids without it. I had a waiting list at one time of 10,000 children who wanted to be a part of this program. That was insane, but I couldn't even pay to have 50 kids in the program. And it was at that time when I realized that it's not the money that's the issue. It's what you do with the money that's the issue. And then what I learned in working with the kids over a period of time was when the kids were actually contributing money to the organization, they were getting more out of it. They were feeling like they were earning all the things that were coming from their participation. They weren't feeling like a victim. They weren't feeling like some isolated group that needs this guy to come save their lives. No, they felt that they were able to contribute in towards what they were learning. They were investing in themselves, and they were able to get more out of it and feel better about themselves for participating in it. So then after a while, I was starting to realize that, you know what? It is really not just about the money. Money is innocent. Why shouldn't people who are doing great things in this world earn a lot of money? Do you know how many people that are doing all this stuff to help society, to help people, to help communities, but are going home every single night and freaking out about where they're going to get their next paycheck? Is that what we want from people who are doing well? Do we want them to suffer in order to do well? It doesn't make any sense. In fact, it comes from a certain mindset, and that's called a scarcity mindset. And that mindset teaches that only people who are doing certain types of things in this world should be making money. And we have social norms that support that. And as soon as you see a doctor or a teacher or a CEO or an executive director of a nonprofit earning a lot of money, it's like all of a sudden we jump towards there must be something corrupt about this. And where did we come up with that? How did we get to that? And how many really amazing and qualified, talented people are afraid to get into the field of helping people because they're afraid they'll never earn a penny in doing so? I think we have to shift the way we look at it. I think we need to realize that one of the greatest assets we have as a society are ourselves. And if we're not investing in ourselves and we're making it wrong for the people who are supporting people investing in themselves to make money in doing so, what we're really saying is put our money into things that are superfluous, that are shallow, that have no meaning. And I don't think that's the recipe for success. I know I don't want my child believing that in order for them to do well in this world, they have to starve themselves. In fact, quite the opposite. I want my child to know that doing well in this world is something that gets rewarded by our society. It's not something that's frowned upon. It's something that every child should strive to do and to become.